You've probably heard that Kodak invented the digital camera and just missed the future, but that's not exactly what happened. Two different Kodak CEOs stood up and said, "We're becoming a digital company." And both times it didn't happen because the company attacked its own future.
Caught in the strategy trap.
So back in 1975, a Kodak engineer built a camera that used no film. And his boss's reaction to that was, "That's cute, but don't tell anyone." Years later, a Kodak study backed by the CEO found that digital would replace film in about 10 years. So the CEO announced in 1993 that they were becoming a digital company. And so did his successor 7 years later. And by 2005, they were the #1 seller of digital cameras in the country, ahead of Canon, Sony, and others. But that same year, they lost $1.3 billion. And 7 years later, they filed for bankruptcy. So they had the strategy. It didn't work because protecting the old business left them with a digital business that was never going to work in an organization that depended on selling film. Kodak's CTO, Bill Lloyd, summed it up pretty clearly. He said it seemed Kodak had developed antibodies against anything that might compete with film. So Kodak didn't just fail to go digital, part of the company was actively working against it. Now, I use a system called the 6 Cs, and all six could have been helpful here, but two in particular could have changed this outcome entirely. The first is co-creation. People commit to helping strategies that they help build, not ones that are handed down from the top. Two Kodak CEOs, years apart, declared the same strategy. But that's the easy part. The harder part is bringing in the people whose careers were built on film and letting them shape their place in the future. The second is coaching, and specifically the part about developing incentives. Corporate antibodies protect the old way unless you change the incentives that drive behavior. And you have to hit that really three ways. One, the most common, are financial incentives. At Nike, when we pushed to become more digital, bonuses got tied to digital sales growth. All of a sudden, leaders who never cared about digital were suddenly showing up at every digital meeting. Next are social incentives. Celebrate wins that drive the new strategy to reinforce that strategy. Make them the cool thing to do. And finally, convenience incentives. Make backing the new direction the easiest path, not the one that takes 3 approvals in a fight. Kodak had the right strategy twice from 2 different leaders. What was missing was a company that helped build it and had real reasons to want it to work. When you set a new strategy, who actually helped build it? And are you paying, praising, and clearing the path for the new thing, or still incenting the old one?